So you're thinking about the Netgear Orbi RBK50, that massive mesh Wi-Fi system that promises to blanket your entire home in flawless, high-speed internet. It's one of the most award-winning systems out there, with thousands of glowing reviews. But here's what surprised me. After using it for months, I ran into a series of frustrating, persistent problems that you absolutely need to know about before you spend your money. This isn't just another review. It's an honest breakdown of the real-world issues with a product everyone says is perfect. For the best price, click the link in the description. Let's start with the promise. The Orbi RBK50 is an AC3000 tri-band mesh system. That means a router and one satellite. It claims to cover up to 5,000 square feet with a single network name, eliminating dead zones forever. It has a quad-core processor, 6 internal antennas, and that patented tri-band technology which dedicates one entire 5 GHz band just for communication between the router and satellite. This is supposed to keep speeds rock solid even with dozens of devices. The setup is famously quick via the Orbi app, and on paper, with a 4.4-star rating on Amazon, it sounds like a dream. But the dream has some very real nightmares. Therefore, the first major problem is firmware. Netgear is notorious for firmware updates that can break your system. I experienced this firsthand. A routine automatic update caused the satellite to permanently lose its connection to the router. The only fix was a factory reset and manual reconfiguration, which is not what you expect from a set-up-in-minutes system. This isn't an isolated case. Online forums are filled with users reporting similar issues after updates, where devices drop off or performance mysteriously tanks. For a premium product, that's a reliability red flag. So you get this powerful hardware, but the software controlling it can sometimes feel like a beta test, which leads to the second issue, the Orbi app and web interface. They are clunky. Managing settings feels like navigating a maze built in the early 2000s. Want to change a simple Wi-Fi password? You might need to dig through 3 different menus. The app, while functional for basic setup, often fails to show accurate real-time device lists or connection statuses. And the much-touted feature, Netgear Armor for security, comes with a pushy 30-day trial that then demands a hefty subscription. It feels like you're being sold a car, but then you have to pay monthly for the steering wheel. Is advanced security worth it when the basic management tools are so frustrating? Now let's talk about performance, because this is where the contrarian snapback gets really interesting. The dedicated backhaul band is brilliant. When it works, speeds across the house are consistent. Streaming in a back bedroom far from the router is smooth. But that up to 5,000 square feet coverage claim is a classic marketing stretch. In a real home with walls, floors, and interference, effective coverage is often less. My testing in a 2-story, 3,500 SQFT home showed strong signal everywhere, but the actual throughput in the farthest corners, while decent, was not the 3 Gbps speed you see advertised. Those are theoretical maximums under perfect lab conditions. Your actual speed will depend heavily on your internet plan and house layout. It's good, but it's not magic. And here's a joke for you. Setting up the Orbi is so easy. They say you don't need hands. I guess that's useful if you're actually an octopus trying to get Wi-Fi in your underwater cave. But the real comedy is the guest network feature. It works, but creating it feels like you need a guest password, a guest map, and a guest lecture on Wi-Fi etiquette. It's not as seamless as it should be. So you've got this powerful system, but the user experience has these little friction points that add up over time. Therefore, we need to discuss cost versus value. At around $126, the RBK50 kit is often seen as a deal compared to its original high price. But this is an older model. It's Wi-Fi 5 AC, not the newer Wi-Fi 6 AX. For most users, AC3000 is still fantastic, but if you're buying new today, you're investing in slightly dated technology. Newer mesh systems offer better handling of many simultaneous devices and often have improved, more stable software. So is this a bargain, or are you buying yesterday's flagship? That's a crucial question. Which brings me to the third act, the resolution. Despite these problems, would I still recommend the Orbi RBK50? Surprisingly, for a specific set of users, yes. If you have a large home plagued by dead zones and your primary need is raw coverage area over cutting-edge features, this system can deliver. The hardware itself is robust. Once configured, and if you avoid problematic firmware updates, it can provide stable, wide-reaching Wi-Fi for years. The tri-band design truly helps maintain speed better than many dual-band extenders. It's like a reliable but slightly grumpy old truck. It gets the job done, but don't expect a smooth ride every single day. So, the final verdict. Don't buy the Netgear Orbi RBK50 if you crave the latest tech Wi-Fi 6, desire a polished, intuitive user experience, or get nervous about firmware stability. But if your main goal is to cover a lot of square feet with a strong signal, and you're comfortable with a bit of technical tinkering, this kit at its current price can solve a fundamental problem. It's a powerful tool with some rough edges. Think of it this way. It's the muscular gym buddy who's great at lifting heavy weights but sometimes forgets to wipe down the equipment after using it. In conclusion, my honest review says approach with cautious optimism. The awards and high ratings are for its performance potential, which is real. The problems I outlined are the day-to-day realities you might face. Weigh them against your needs. For many, the benefit of whole home coverage will outweigh the firmware and interface quirks. No system is perfect, but the Orbi RBK50, despite its flaws, can still be the right solution to kill those Wi-Fi dead zones. And that's a positive outcome. Just go in informed, ready to make your decision. For the best current price on Amazon for the Netgear Orbi RBK50, click the link in the description below.